Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts. Today we're having a look at a very small scorpion indeed, a Chaerilus species Sumatra. Now these are a Sumatran cave-dwelling species. They're very small and absolutely gorgeous. And before we get into today's video, the species part means that they are known to scientists. Taxonomists just have not got round to studying them and naming them appropriately just yet. That's all what that species means. So they will have a name change hopefully pretty soon so we can get what species there actually are. There's not much information out there about this particular species, but I'll tell you what I can. Sumatra is where this species come from. It's a large Indonesian island west of Java, south of the Malay Peninsula, and it is especially known for its very rugged and tropical terrain. And in Sumatra we have daytime average temperatures 72 Fahrenheit to 86 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year, which is a huge range. That's between 22 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius. I'm keeping mine around about 24 and it's doing exceptionally well. Also, the humidities across the whole of Sumatra are really high, and also when we think about this species being a cave dwelling species, normally in caves in tropical areas, that humidity is going to be really high as well as. So these scorpions tend to be a beginner species, they are beginner friendly. They don't kind of go to strike you, or they do a threat pose pretty easily, and they do like to pretend to be dead. So what you can see up on screen now is actually my adult female, and she is 3.5 centimeters in length. She'll be lucky if she gets any bigger than this. The males tend to be around the same size. There's no sexual dimorphism, so the males and the females look almost identical. We have to sex them by the pectines going from underneath the bodies. I did do a video on sexing Asian forest scorpions a little while back, which also covers this species as well. So we want to be keeping these guys a little bit more humid, around 24 degrees. They will eat consistently, but what we've got to be doing is reducing that prey item size accordingly. So don't be afraid to be feeding flies. They will quite happily munch on a few flies. I like to give my flies 1 week, the following week try newly hatched red runners. So these are the red runners that have literally just come out, just popped out, and they're ever so small. My scorpion here seems to take those down exceptionally well. Life expectancy, I can't find much information on the life expectancy, but what I can do is have a look at other species in the same genus that are living around 4 to 5 years. So we're looking from scorpion to adult around 4 to 5 years. So if you've bought an adult, it's not going to live 5 years. It's probably going to live around 2 to 3 years, because we've got that period of it growing up beforehand. I've had mine around a year, and I know it's definitely shed about 2 or 3 times, but that is also, expect the growth rate on these to be relatively slow compared to how long they live. So if they're going to be living 4 to 5 years and they go from scorpion, then they are absolutely tiny as scorpions, all the way up to an adult in 4 years. I would say that's pretty fast growth rate, and they're absolutely gorgeous, as you can imagine. I've searched the internet to try and find out whether these guys are communal or not. I can't find any evidence whatsoever that's pointing towards them communal, so I'm going to suggest that if you do have 1 or 2, keep them separately, don't keep them communal. Let's just err on the side of caution until we can find out a lot more information about these guys. They've only been in the hobby a few years, and it'd be really good if those taxonomists go out to Sumatra and do some studying on this species so we can get some more information out to you guys. So let's take a look at our setup that we've done. So this is the setup that we've gone for. A very small kind of sandwich box / shoebox size enclosure. That's around 6 inches long, around 4 inches across, and 4 inches deep. That's all we need. We only need 1 inch or 2 of substrate, a water dish. Get some of this gorgeous moss in there, because what that will do again is help keep that humidity up. This piece of cork bark, put it on there nice and loose, put your finger in so it creates a little bit of a hole underneath there as well for your scorpions to go and hide. So what we've done is we've created hiding spots down the side, underneath the moss there. Also, if you're using a larger water dish, you can also scrape a little bit of substrate away from underneath there, and they can go under there too. We don't need a huge enclosure for these guys, we only need a little small one. In fact, that's probably a good way to show an adult female in a sling pot, because a lot of you will know the size of a sling pot, and that is an adult female sitting in there right now. These are a lot more robust than spiders, so don't worry about shaking the pot a little bit to try and get them out. In fact, I'm going to leave that one just there like that and let her come out all by herself. Boom, 5 minutes later she is out and in. But that's the size of the adult female and the enclosure that we've got. And yeah, she's literally gone straight under that cork bark. But that's all we need to keep this species of scorpion. Very, very straightforward. In the UK they're around 15 to 20 quid for a sub-adult. So if you do see one, try and get yourselves one. They are an absolute joy. And remember to keep those live feeders down to the smallest ones you can possibly get for these tiny little scorpions. But my word, aren't they gorgeous? Boom! So that was our brown cave-dwelling scorpion, all the way from Sumatra over in Indonesia. Even though it's only a tiny scorpion, it still has a little bit of character. The colorization of the brown and those tiny little dots across the back are absolutely stunning and really makes it stand out compared to against other species of scorpion. I do like these, and again, if you are running out of room to put inverts, or if you have not got a lot of room at home, a tiny little scorpion like this is going to take up, what, 6 inches by 4 or 5 across by 4 inches deep enclosure. That's all we need to provide for this scorpion, and they will be absolutely happy as Larry. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, we do care videos, we do show videos, we do all sorts on this channel. We go live every single Tuesday from 8 PM, so please consider subscribing and hooking us up with a follow on those lives as well. If you're a channel member, expect a discount code solely for you guys to be coming out for a UK spiders seller pretty soon. Some pretty exciting news. Anyway guys, as you know, I can rabbit on forever and a day, so I shall see you again on the next one.